channel. Go to this YouTube channel. Make sure everything is set and ready to go. Creator Studio. Video Manager. Come on. Well, what's this saying? Cannot render at 30 frames a second. If you guys are watching, give me a second. I'm trying to figure a couple things out. This YouTube interface for live streaming is not the greatest. Wait. Found it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. This is not Overwatch. So let's change that. Is that right? Episode 100. Give me just a second, everybody. Southlake, description. We are in Minecraft. In 2009 is when it came out. Holy crap. Wow. Alright. Change thumbnail. And no, you guys are not late. I will be reading some of the comments. Probably every like 10 minutes or something like that. There we go. Okay. Are we set? I think we're set and ready to go. I'm just gonna turn this up. Let's go live with this. Okay, I think I got everything set up. Okay, so I am trying to figure out what I want to do with all this extra space here. I'm kind of thinking maybe a parking lot, because there's a lot of extra space right here, and there's not really enough room for a building. And if there was, I mean, there probably is enough room for a building, but I'm not sure if it'd be the best place to put one. You guys know? You guys know what I'm saying? Okay. Crap, where are all my materials? It actually feels really weird to be playing Minecraft again. It's been, what, 2 weeks since I last uploaded Southlake? Something like that, because I was on vacation last week for a wedding. The week before that, I think that was 99, right? So I think it's only been a week. I mean, this would make 2 weeks. I don't know. It's somewhere around there. So, if we made that a parking lot, that's a pretty small parking lot, though. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. And to Eveline West, thank you, I love you too. You know, and no homo way. And why is the thumbnail Overwatch? The thumbnail should be changed, but, you know, how they do things is different. So, are we good there? I wish I could, like, drag this over closer to my TV. That way I can see. Let's see. So do we want to use TNT to blow this up? It wouldn't do much. Let's maybe work on a new building. We might actually... see, I'm so indecisive. Like, I want to start a new building, but there's so many other ones that are not even done at all. Like this one, that one, that one, that one. I don't think there's like... there's only one completed building, and there's the Madrina's one that's completed. That is really bad. Let's see. Where do I want to start? There's another unfinished building. Should we count how many unfinished buildings there are? So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only in this area. 9, 10. Let's see. 10. We're on 10 so far. I know a lot of these over here are kind of close to done, so we're on 10. Where else are we? Plus, this is kind of episode, like, every 10 episodes, so we kind of have to do a tour as well. I think this one's kind of done. It's basically just the parking garage itself that's not done. But I really do like the buildings here, though. They have a lot of design to them. Mainly, this one is my favorite, though. It has so much design put into it. Is the thumbnail still Overwatch, guys? I thought I changed it, but I don't know if it changed it or not. I can't really tell. I will change it again just to make sure. There we go. I think it should be good. It goes off of what your last thumbnail was, which is kind of stupid. But, what about a gas station? So I want to put a gas station in somewhere. Only problem is I'm not sure where yet. Because, you know, you kind of need some open space for... Ooh, maybe I could actually put that in that open area. Maybe that's something we can do. Good idea. Who said that? Nicholas Mayer? I don't know how to say your name. I'm going to butcher a lot of names tonight. And it's been a long day. Sorry for the late live stream, but work's been long. I've been playing some Siege when I got home. Rainbow Six Siege, that is. Also, if my voice sounds a little bit different, that's because I'm using a different mic for live streaming than I do for actual recording. Just because my actual recording mic that I usually use is a lot different than a USB mic, which is usually what I use for live streaming. So, I've only been flying around. Crap. This is actually like really what I do like 30 minutes before I even make a video. I try to fly around and figure out what I want to work on. So maybe we want to. I like this building. I kind of want to start working on this one. So let's try to finish this one up a little bit. So what do we need? We need brick, of course. So brick is, man, I have not played Minecraft in a while. Brick is here. Is that white or like light gray? I'm thinking it's light gray. Let's test it. Yep, it is light gray, so we need that. All right, cobblestone walls. Oh my goodness, where are they? Where are they? There we are. Cobblestone. My goodness, there's so many different materials put in everything. I'm like losing my mind tonight. I don't want silver. There it is. How did I not know where that was? I'm an idiot. All right. There we go. So what we need? Is this still light gray? Yep. So light gray is our main material that we're going to be using. Let's see. Also, if you guys do want to join, now Minecraft on Xbox only can hold, I think, 8 people, unless they changed it recently. My game is on open. Now, granted, some of you guys are not going to be friends with me, or I'm not going to be friends with you, because that's stupid how it has to work. So I will be adding people later on that do want to join, so just kind of be aware of that. I'm not going to accept everybody's friend request, like, right at the moment. So we need iron bars for the balconies. Iron bars are there. Alright. I really need to start playing Minecraft more again. And I think it's black stained glass is what we're using here. Is that right? Let's test it out. Make sure we have what we're looking for. Yep. Okay. So you guys are going to get to see the whole thought process of me designing a building. Because it is not... I think so many of you guys take it for granted like how smooth some of my Southlake videos are. When there's probably like 30 minutes to 40 minutes of just trying to figure out a design. And then if I don't like it, I completely restart. So I'm very, very picky. So we have a building right here. So let me take some sandstone out to make a border so we can kind of follow it. Where's my sandstone? There it is. Oh, this is bugging me that I don't know where anything is. There we go. So let's just bring this all the way over. What's your name on Xbox? If you guys look in the description, you can see how to spell it. It's just annoying to spell. Yes, I know it's a stupid gamer tag. I want to change it. I'm just not sure what I want to change it to yet. So, really just waiting on that. So, I don't mind having this building on top of that one, like a little bit. It can actually look kind of good. So, what if we kind of add like the exact same window, like right here? So, just like this, kind of stack these up. Come up to a couple more. So, this is going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks total. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we come back down. Yeah, I actually think this will work a little bit. Also, if I do start lagging a little bit, it's because I am live streaming, so it is using more of my internet capabilities, even though I'm supposed to have one of the fastest internets I can possibly get. But, you know, when you live in an apartment, you kind of have to deal with that. So good mythical weekend. Safety boost. How is your day going so far? It's been a week. I went back to work on Tuesday because that's when I returned from my vacation on Monday, but I took the day off Monday. And man, it sucked going back into work, but it wasn't a horrible week. Hopefully you guys are having a good week as well. You know, it was a very slow week. I'm going to be very busy the next couple weeks and months with work, so you might see some less videos. And I also, some of you guys may be wondering about this, I do need to upload the next house for Season 3 of Houses. Some of you guys are probably wondering about that. That will be uploaded next week. I am sorry about the delay in that, but I've just been so busy with other stuff going on at the moment, so boop, boop. Oh, there we go. Alright. I was going to do a face cam for this, but then I figured out, like, wait, how is this going to... Hold on, I'm trying to figure out the whole comment system on YouTube. So I guess the bottom ones are the newest ones. Usually it would be the top one. Huh. Alright. So that's looking pretty good. So we have our black. So the question is, how do we want to do that now? So we don't want to have any balconies over here, obviously, because it would be overlapping a building. So we don't want to do that. So maybe we can have this come all the way out, and we'll just add like some flat windows for some of these rooms. These are going to be some pretty small rooms, unless we make them like really long, which is a possibility. But I still want to have some on the back too, so that's going to really change how the orientation of those rooms are going to play out. But I think we can figure something out. We usually do. And we might even add, ooh, I actually have an idea for what we could do over here. So obviously we're going to have an elevator. It's a pretty tall building, so we're going to have an elevator coming all the way up. Maybe what we can do is make a bigger one of these windows, and that will be where the elevator comes up, along with like stairs and stuff like that along with it. So there we go. Make something like that. Make a school. There actually is technically a school building. I consider it a school just because of how it looks. I'll fly over there here in a couple minutes, but I kind of consider it an elementary school just because how it looks. It just looks so much like a school in my opinion, but I'm also crazy, so we never know. Oh, crap. I'm so tired, but I promised you guys I was going to live stream, so I'm going to continue live streaming. There will be some down moments to where I'm not going to be talking because I cannot talk for 24/7. I'm not that good at live streaming yet and doing that kind of stuff, but I will be trying to do a lot of that stuff. Oh my god, how tall does this thing go? Man, I thought it was a lot shorter than that. Apparently not. I thought it was going to be like, oh, we're almost done. Like 38 seconds ago, but nope, we weren't. Alright, there we go. So this one's going to come up one more. Alright. Also, so some of the new things that have been going on in the city that I've been kind of working on a little bit off camera, like I've barely been on the city lately. I'm not sure how much we've actually shown in the video. So right here, this highway is actually going to turn into the main part of this new downtown. So it's going to come through here. Because one of the problems I was having was, okay, if we keep the highway at that level, it's going to be really weird having so many overpasses and underpasses, stuff like that. So I really wanted to bring the highway up and match with everything else on the same plane. So that's why you're going to see like everything kind of connecting here again. Then we can have more buildings on each side, like we originally planned. So we have more of a downtown feel. And also, some of you guys are also always wondering about a residential area, stuff like that. And I really want to start working on a residential area. I just really had to figure out, like, where do I want to put it and how do I want to blend it in with the city? That's like the main problem right now is I don't know how to blend it in, which is really like the sticking point on all this. What happened to Newfield City? Newfield City, I still have it. I just don't really use it anymore because it's kind of outdated compared to this. So we need this to be 4. Do we want to have this be 3 wide? 3 wide windows like that? That's another question is how far? So we have a floor here. So we'll just put this right there. That's a floor, and then this is a floor right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of headroom. So that'd be all the way up at the very top. All right. I'm not sure if I like how that looks, though. It looks a little bit too wide for that height. I think too wide might be the best for now, and then we can try to work things around it. So I think that'll be good. So then we have another one here. Oh, wrong one. Put this one back. There we go. Or no, is that right? So if we have, I am so confused. This is the whole building process, guys. I do not make up my mind at all. So just gonna be aware. Let's see. So, how's this gonna work out? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wrong one. Wow, that actually kind of worked out perfectly to an extent. So that will be where this floor goes. Wow, that worked out perfectly for the height of this building. Whoo, that's very lucky on my part. Did not plan that at all. I like when like you do something that you did not mean to do, but it's like happened to work out exactly how you wanted it to. It's one of the best feelings in the world. So I add more cobblestone here to kind of separate the 2 walls. Maybe add in cobblestone walls here. Come back down like that on each side. How's that look from a distance? It doesn't look horrible. I think it might look better once we keep going. But I like that I actually had some design here. It's very simple, like very simple stuff that I do usually, but sometimes it can make a big difference. Let's see. So let's add, I think we should add one more set of windows and then add the elevator. So right here's 2 like this. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do the same thing one more time. So 2 block gap, a 2x2 pillar. There we go. So I think this might be how big these apartments might be. I mean, they're pretty decent size though if you think about it. I mean, from here all the way over there, there's quite a bit of room because we still have to have bedrooms, you know, all that stuff. So I think that actually might work out pretty well. Ooh, did I mess that up? No, did I not? I don't think I did. How come this looks different? Oh, because of the cobblestone coming out, that's why. Okay, that makes sense now. Let's add in our windows. I remember when I used to use glass panes a lot more than I use them now, but I feel like you don't really need glass panes anymore. They're kind of an inconvenience sometimes. I mean, granted, they still look good in some situations, but I kind of like it better without using them. I think, in my opinion, it looks a little bit better on some of these buildings. So I think that looks decent. What could we do to kind of finish the top off? So maybe what we could do is connect all the cobblestone together. How does this look? If we do something like this. I'm not sure. Huh. So many decisions. You guys are going to see me go back and forth so many times on different things. So actually, what if we do that? Connect those two, but then we'll leave this one open. And now we're going to have in our elevator. So our elevator is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks wide. Just like this. This will come all the way up. There's a very small little window here, but I think it'll make a world of difference once we add it in. So then the hard part will be, how do we want to do the backside of the house or the apartment complex? That's always one problem I run into. Is I usually make the fronts look pretty good and have a lot of detail, but then when I get to the backside, that's usually like when things change. Because I'm not sure if I want to like keep it the same design here because it's kind of a different area. Because another thing we have to account for is the road. We're actually almost at the road already. Holy crap. Alright, let's add in our 2x2 pillar here. So what we will do is replace this with cobblestone. Make it look a little bit cleaner. Oh, wrong one. Whoop, oopsie daisies. And okay, oh, I used stairs. God damn it, I was reading a comment and then I just realized I used stairs instead. Crap. Alright, going back down. There we go. Let's do the same thing on this one. Then we will add in our cobblestone walls and everything like that that we need to add. So, I think what we need to do is add 2 more pillars on top connecting these 2 together. So I think if we have this one open here in the middle, it might make it look a little bit better and not as clunked. So, I think if we look back from here, yeah, I actually like how that looks now. Having the one extra space in the middle just kind of separates everything. So we will do that instead. So we will use our glass here. Again, we are using black stained glass, right? Yeah, yep, black stained glass. I was really like trying to make sure I had the right one there. Let's see. Reading some comments. What is your height limit? That's a good question. I know it's like all the way at the very top, but that's different for everybody. Because I know PC has a lot more. I guess we can find out because this is actually over here, the tallest building on the server. On the map, I guess. It's not really a server. The server is like always up, in my opinion. So, let's fly all the way up here. So, I remember this is only like 3 blocks away or something like that from the top. Yep, close. So, the top of my world can be, hold on. 257 is the highest I can go. So, there's the answer to your question. Coming back down. Alright, so we're actually gonna, I actually like how that looks from the top here. I like the shape of it, how it curves and goes in and out. Looks very nice. So I'm actually excited to see how this one looks when it's done. Also, I didn't realize I actually started more over here. When did I do that? I guess we can have different designs, why not? Was I doing the same thing? Hold on. I think I was. I think that'll actually be fine though. We're gonna stick with it. Have one side be different than the other. That's how it is over here anyways. So that's actually fine, I think. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we have that, and we can add in our cobblestone walls here. Going all the way up. Again, this is kind of limited to the height because we're on top of a building already, so that's why we're kind of limited to what we can do here. And then add one here coming across. The reason why we're adding those is it just adds a little bit more detail to the windows itself. I mean, I have like hiccups, pretty much. Oh, excuse me, guys. Okay. Let's add in more windows here. So then we come up one block, add in more. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Perfect. All right. And then we're going to have another 2x2. And will this one come over and connect? Or is this the open one? I think this is the open one, right? Yeah. This is the open one. Sweet. Awesome sauce. Let's see. I was reading some comments. Sorry, guys. Okay. There we go. And also, you guys are going to have to get used to me using swiftness quite a bit. I use it quite a bit, as you guys probably know if you watch my videos on a consistent basis. This is actually bothering me now. I guess it won't be a problem if we have it on the other side, but how this is a 1 and that's a 2, that's like the only thing that's bothering me right now. Other than that, I think it's fine, but it's just one of those things that I will notice now until the building is done, which it will not be done for a while. But I do plan on live streaming like for 2 hours or something like that. Alright, so we need to come up 2. Come up, come back down. Missed the block. There we go. Come over. Let's come over a little bit and we can get rid of the excess stuff that we don't need. So 1 and 2. So we want to make sure this is kind of symmetrical here. So just trying to make sure. Man, I keep pointing out swiftness quite a bit right now. I don't know why. I guess force a habit at this point. So what am I? You have 2 here. Hold on. So I'm trying to just make sure I'm doing this right. So right here is the elevator. So we need to have 1, 2 windows. So 1, 2. So then we need to have this right here. Is that what that's saying? Then this comes over and connects the 2 together. Is that what we're saying here? Like that. And then this would have the cobblestone walls here coming all the way up. Oh. Alright, so let's take a step back and kind of make sure we're doing everything right. Ooh, wait, hold on. So we actually need a 1 block gap there instead. It's not a 2. So this needs to be fixed to a 1. Get rid of this extra piece here. There we go. Alright, so I think that's looking pretty decent. I think that's accurate to how it should be, right? Something just looks off. I don't know what, but something looks off. I can't put my finger on it either. So, this is like really bugging me. Like, it's so simple too. I don't know why I can't figure this out. Also, what happened to the Scrap Mechanic City? The only problem with the Scrap Mechanic City is the fact that Scrap Mechanic crashes quite a bit when you start to build a lot of stuff. And that's like exactly what was happening. So we have this. We have 1 window here. That's what this window is. Then we have a block of 2, right? We come over. I think it's looking weird because we don't have this piece. So let's make that and then we'll kind of go from there. So this is the piece that's going to come all the way down now. Let's have this come all the way down. Not sure it's the height. We'll just kind of guess like right there should be good. Okay, then we need to come over 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. On the 4th, we come back down. So right here. Okay, there's that. Alright. Also, it could look weird because we don't have any of the windows in here yet either. Let's add windows here and there. Is that wrong? Hold on. Okay, there we go. That's right. Let's add in this underneath here. And let's fill these in to make it look like everything's the same. Usually I don't add in windows until later, but sometimes they can help you just look at things a little bit. Because it looks like they're actually a little bit more completed. But we do have so many buildings that are uncompleted. Oh, make that 11 buildings. There's that one over there too. Which in my opinion is actually really ugly. Like I really wish I didn't not build that one. But I was trying to go like for a nice small little building, like office building that would be like right next to the river. And it's not horrible, but I'm not sure. I don't know, there's something about it that I don't like. I'm not sure if it's the shape or if I should make it taller. If I make it taller, it might look better. It's just one of those things where I'm not 100% sure yet. So we'll figure it out at some point, but for now I think it's kind of just going to have to stay where it is. So then we come back down with these. All the way down. Oh, come on, where's all the way down? There we go. So that's good. Why did you change your name to Safety Boost? Minecraft Builder 92 was better. So, I mean, I've answered this question quite a few times, and a lot of you guys probably know. But for those that you do not, obviously you do not if you are asking. The reason I changed my name is because of the fact that I wanted to play other games on this channel, like, for example, Scrap Mechanic. Because this channel is going to be really, like, for tutorials and, like, building stuff. And I don't want to limit that to just Minecraft. I want to play other games like Scrap Mechanic. But when you limit your YouTube name to one game, it's kind of alienating what you can do. So that's why it changed. And the name Safety Boost came from one of my old friends, TT Crown Royal. We were playing GTA 5 together. And he came up and hit me from behind with his car and said, Safety Boost. And it kind of like all stuck with us like in the group. And we just kind of went from there. And that's how Safety Boost came about. So, but now for other games, I am doing Power Play, which is one of the channels I'm really focusing on right now. Weeby Stranger and I have actually been live streaming quite a bit over on Twitch. Usually like once or twice a week at this point, and it will hopefully be more during the weekend. We're going to be live streaming, or not live streaming, but recording 7 Days to Die this weekend, which is I'm actually really excited about. I've been wanting to record it for a long time, but he's been busy, which sucks. He has a life every now and then. Is something off there? Ooh, yep. That was wrong. That was definitely wrong, so we did not need to turn this. So we need to have a pillar here. Happy I caught that now to go over and check. So let's get rid of this real quick. Oh my god. There we go. Let's get rid of these. So that's why this piece, I forgot this part was extra that we added on. I forgot that wasn't part of what was already originally there. Let's see. So we have that. So let's see. So 1, 2. I'm counting with my fingers. You guys can't see this. And 3. Ah, crap. I messed up. So there should be another block here. The reason it didn't look like there was 2 is because of the fact that this was here. I don't know what I was thinking. Ah, crap. God damn it. It's not a huge deal, but a lot of the small stuff that you can really miss can make a world of difference. So, gotta get rid of all this now. You don't have to get rid of all of it, but it's just kind of annoying. So, this needs to block pretty much. This needs to come out one more like this. I'm gonna turn my fan towards me. Give me a second, guys. That feels so much better. There we go. Alright, so that should be just like that. Now this needs to come down as well now. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Okay, let's see. So we're going to put these here just to make sure we're safe. Make sure we don't forget those, because that's actually what screwed us over. Did we connect everything over here, or did we not? I thought we did. Only all these be connected? Huh, I thought we did connect more than that. Guess not. Okay, now we can come back down and be safe. There we go. No self-promo. Now, if I want to do promotion for my other channel, I will. No offense, but, I mean, it is my channel and my other one, so, you know, it's for people that want to watch other content. But I'm not going to bring it up too much, but I will bring it up occasionally. But, alright, let's go back down. Get rid of this. Alright. Hopefully we didn't mess up this time. I think we are good on this round. So this one we need to come down a little bit more. Just like that. And then we need to have this here, this pillar. Where are y'all from? I'm from Missouri. Missouri is actually what I call it. But I have been considering moving in the next couple years, luckily. Because I want to move away from Missouri. That'd be nice. I want to move to like Pennsylvania or something like that. That's where I went for vacation. Actually, very nice state. Alright, come back down. So that's good. Then 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that one. Boom. And then we come back up. So if we did it correctly, everything should be in line. So just to make sure, we're going to add this here. Yep, perfect. We're in line there. Awesome. I could have used a map, but I like doing that to make sure, because my math is stupid sometimes, and I forget numbers. So this is just one of the easier ways to make sure I'm doing things correctly. Alright, so let's take a step back and kind of look to see how it's looking. Actually, I really like how that looks. It looks very bulky, which I don't mind. So I'm actually liking how that's looking quite a bit here. You can definitely tell there's a really big window there in the center. That'd be more for like your walkways or the elevators. So I'm really happy with how that looks. The front, you guys have seen, the front hasn't changed any, really besides the side view here. So we're good there as well. Huh. It turned out better than I thought it would. I like when stuff like that happens. Alright, now we can get rid of these, since we know where the floors are. So, I think the only thing left we need to do is add in windows here. Yeah, I remember when I was first started making this building, it actually looked really good too. Like, it was one of those buildings where I built it and I was like really happy with it. But for some reason, like most of my other ones, I didn't finish it. Probably because I had a new idea. And I was like, I'm going to go work on that idea because I don't want to get it out of my head before I forget it. So I probably just never came back to it. Or what usually can happen is the fact that I get bored of making a certain building after so long, like after an hour or two, and I will try to move on to the next one because it's like, all right, what can I build this time? That's why you're going to see so many unfinished buildings, is because I get the idea out of my head and it's there, it's just waiting for me to finish it, but until then I can work on a different one. And that's another reason why I do not do interiors until I can finally convert my map over to PC for world edit for interiors only. Just because I don't like doing interiors. You guys probably know that at this point, but they're just so boring to me. Some people are like really good at it. I am not. Just probably because I feel like I could be good at it at some point if I really took the time to do it, but I don't want to do it, you know? It's just one of those things where I don't want to be doing it. How long have you been streaming? I've been streaming for, I think it's what, like 20 minutes. Yep, exactly 20 minutes at this point. That's a great time to ask. Like exactly on the 20-minute mark. All right. I'm going to have a glass of water real quick, guys. I'm going to read some comments along the way. Oh, that is so much better. Oh. All right. Let's see. So now we can continue. Which side are we on? This one. Have you like been talking for a while? Do you ever have like a sip of water and like your entire throat just feels so much better? That's exactly like what just happened. Feels so much better now. And there we go. So the question is, how do we want to do the next part over here? So where's our brick? So if we take the brick, this will need to come all the way over here. So this should stop here, right? So we should see if we stop at like the perfect height or like one below. Oh, look at that. We stopped at the perfect height without even realizing it. Perfect. Now how big is that overhang on the front? I don't want it to be the exact same, but I kind of want an idea. So in front of this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks from there. All right. Let's come back over here. Do you play Pokemon Go? Surprisingly, no. I've actually never played Pokemon in my life. Like, I've never got into it. My brother was at one point, but I never got into it. My girlfriend loves playing it, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, we might want to make it shorter this time, because it looks like I already made this design over here, right? So it might be like the opposite shape if we look at it from the top. I'm also going to save this real quick just in case. I don't have to redo all that. So if we actually look at it, so on the front here over on your right side, you're seeing that it starts out wide and then it goes in. It's kind of going to be like the opposite here. So it actually might make it look better because it's on a curved road too. Huh. That's a pretty big offset. See, these are some of the choices that I really have to make sooner. Some of these choices can like really screw you over later on, so it kind of sucks. Did I really start the city in 2015? Was it in 2015 when I started this? Wow. I did not realize that. Who said that? It went away. I lost it. Oh, Dakota M. Man, I don't remember when I started the city, honestly might be the best way to describe that. So, I really need to figure out how do I want to go about doing this building. So, there's either two things are going to have to happen. This side, I'm going to keep, the one that we just worked on, because I think it looks the best out of both sides. But I need to figure out if I want to extend this side of the building over here, because it is really short right now. So many decisions, and some of these decisions are not easy, especially if you want it to be the same. So I guess we made it the same. So maybe that could work out. Like, so over here, you have some of the bigger ones. Over here, you have some of the smaller ones, but you get more windows for daylight. So maybe that could work out. I mean, you can kind of see how it plays out, but... so, if we come back over here... So what? It comes out 1, so then we go 2. So, come over here, and we go 1, 2. We stack this up. So we'll add in a couple more rooms over here, and I think we should be good and ready to go on finishing the exterior to this, which will actually be kind of nice to finally get this building done. I've been wanting to get it done for so long. So Team Potsy, so his comment is, I kind of don't like the city. It's just a collection of skyscrapers. They are very good skyscrapers, but they should be more varied. And I actually 100% agree with you. That's actually not a bad comment. I mean, that's constructive criticism there. So I have no problem with that. But to answer your question, there is going to be more variations of buildings and like height and stuff like that. And I can actually go show you guys a version of that from the original downtown area. But a lot of that is, you know, I want to make skyscrapers because skyscrapers can, one, really show how far you've come with design. But at some point, I am going to have a lot of smaller buildings here because usually how I like to do things is I like to have skyscrapers, and then surrounding the skyscrapers, just like any other city, you're going to have smaller buildings. And what that actually does is it kind of highlights all these skyscrapers around it. For example, like here's that school I was talking about. But all these like row buildings here, I think it does a lot of justice to the skyscrapers around them, because if I come over here, we have more row buildings, which I'm going to have so many more of these at some point, but I just have to figure out when I want to do that. But when I look at this view, this is actually one of my favorite views of the city. Not because of the fact that they're skyscrapers, but these are actually some of my favorite buildings here. And just because they have so much detail put into such a small space, and that they really make the skyscrapers behind them like stand out that much more. So yeah, I actually 100% agree with you. And you can actually tell there is a lot of different designs in a lot of these skyscrapers. I try not to use the same design more than once. Now obviously some things are kind of taken over from other designs and stuff. Like for example, this one here, this kind of the same design was used on this one. Just kind of like the spacing and stuff like that. But I tried to make it in a unique way. I tried to make some uniqueness about it that didn't carry over. But, I mean, if you want some variation, this is probably like your best bet here, just because there's so many different angles. Now, it's kind of hard to see all of them because it is glass, and we do not have any rooms or anything. But there's so many different angles to that building and stuff like that. So, no bike park. There is a bike path on the beach that is still not even close to being done, by the way, if some of you guys are wondering about that. Which I haven't even been over to the beach in a while. We're going to head over there. It's been a very, very long time. Wow. You should build more houses in the city. Danger Zone, that actually will happen at some point. I just have to figure out, you know, I don't want to just go put a random house like over on the other side of the river, because then that's not really going to mesh well. I did that with Newfield. I want to be able to kind of make it, you know, go smoothly throughout everything. So I want it to be, you know, skyscrapers, smaller office buildings, then maybe houses in the distance there. But I don't want to have like skyscrapers, houses, because then it's going to look really weird. So here is the man-made beach, which is still not even close to being done. I actually worked on it not too long ago, but there's still so much work to be done, because that's really going to be something that if I can ever take this map over to PC, that's probably another thing I would do is the water for the ocean, because I remember at one point I went out to see how far out could I go with the ocean, and I could actually go 2 maps over, so that means I would actually have to go 1 map over, and like the entire ocean would be 1 map, and then after that, that's when you would have your other city over there, which is what I want to do, is I want to have the ocean, and then have another city on the other side of the ocean as well, to kind of separate things. Okay, where was I going? Let's go back and try to finish up that building before I get too distracted, like looking at all these other things. I really like this tile design. For some reason, it just like sticks out, looks really modern and nice. I like it. But yes, we will be adding a lot more row buildings. And row buildings are actually really hard to an extent. They're actually harder for me than skyscrapers. Not because of the fact that, they take less time, but, it's the fact that they do take less time, and the fact that since you can build more of them in a certain amount of time, that you actually use the same design more than once. So, let's see. Where was I? So we were here. So then we came over here to figure out this one. So how do all of these work if I remember correctly? So 2, we come back 1. All right. So then the gap is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another 2. All right. So we'll add this pillar coming all the way up here. This city looks so good today. I watched number 1 to 99. Well, thank you. Everybody who has watched any of the episodes, I mean, if you keep coming back, thank you. It is my most popular series, so I understand why some of you guys get upset when it does not come out for a certain week. But I try my best to get it out on a consistent basis, guys. I just want you guys to know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But thank you to everybody who does come back to watch these videos every single week. Because, to be fair, sometimes I do get kind of bored of it. But I think that vacation away from Minecraft and not building anything and just kind of relaxing actually made me want to come back and play it more, because I wasn't forced to play it, and when you get into the forced to play something, that's when you can kind of get boring to somebody. So it felt really good to get onto that vacation and then come back and start doing this. So I'm actually really happy I waited so I can make a better video for you guys. It's really weird. I remember looking back on episode 1 not too long ago. And it's amazing how the quality of the content, of the professionalism, for example, the mic quality, the video quality, stuff like that, has made a world of difference. All right, if you actually keep getting in my way, you will get kicked. That's just one of those things I will not deal with. Not trying to be mean, but to me, that's just you're wasting my time at that point. So let's see. It needs to be 3. How come it's 3? So we need to figure that out. So wait, hold on. So it starts right here. Okay. So then we come over with this. So it needs to be 3 up from this, is what we're saying. Which is kind of weird. Why is it only 3 high up there? That's one of the really bad things about coming back to some of these buildings. Why did I do that? I can't remember. But it's just one of those things. Why don't you make more modern builds? Well, if you're talking about in the city, the reason I don't do that is modern is very hard to incorporate and make it look natural and blend with everything else. Because modern just has so many different shapes, right? I mean, modern has always been one of those things where there's no limitations to it. It can be anything. You could add a square, and it's considered modern. So the reason I don't usually add too many modern buildings and stuff like that into my city is because, in my opinion, it doesn't mesh well with everything else. Every now and then you're going to see kind of a more modern style than others, but it's not going to be ultra modern like what I used to do. And also, for some reason, modern is kind of really hard for me lately. Maybe because I'm so used to traditional at this point, but for some reason it's so much different. So we need to have 3 up. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. We come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the fun part about making buildings, you guys. This part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At some point I can just keep coming up and notice if there's a gap or not. This is 4, so we're good. Let's keep coming up. Oops, see, that one's wrong. That was only 3. When you come up 1 more. And perfect. So this one should actually be this. There we go. That's where our balcony is going to go. So something still looks really weird here. So it's 6 wide. So that's how it should be. What looks off about it, though? There's something about it. And I can't put my finger on it. Maybe because we don't have the balconies put in here yet? Could that be it? So let's separate the glass and put some more cobblestone here to kind of separate everything. Why do you play on Xbox and not PC? Because I started on the Xbox. It was just one of those things where I'm on Xbox more. That's why you're going to see me on Xbox. And I can't transfer any of my saves, so I figured why not stick to Xbox. Now sure, PC definitely has its advantages when it comes to mod support and stuff like that. Getting content early. There's a lot of reasons to go PC, and if honestly, there's not a lot of reasons to play Xbox compared. But it's more the fact that I started off with Xbox, and that's like where my channel started, and that's the console I'm on the most. So that's why you're gonna see me on Xbox and not in PC. But I will do PC like for other videos and stuff like that though. But like for Southlake, I will always be on Xbox until I can do interior on PC. So then we need, all right, so this should be pretty simple. So all we need to do is this is on each one. Bop, 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 bop. See, something looks off. I can't put my finger on it though. Like, it looks like the balcony should be here. I'm really confused about this. It's like really worrying me too. Then we come up to here. Now we have the stairs for our balconies coming around to connect everything together. Just like that. And again, for some of you guys that came in a little bit late, some of you guys may be wondering about the house series, season 3 of houses. Where's house number 5? That will start up again next week. Been very busy with work, on vacation last weekend. So that's why it did not come out last week. So I just want to give you guys a heads up, just in case you did not hear me mention that earlier in the stream. Could you maybe play The Crew and GTA 5 on Xbox One? If I did, I mean, actually, it's kind of funny. My friend Weeby Stranger and I, or VJ, and I actually started playing The Crew a little bit because it was free, I think, for him. Like, he got it for free, and so we're just kind of playing because I bought it a long time ago. I've always liked driving games, like open world driving games. I don't like Forza really because to me it's just kind of bland. But anyways, so how come these are like that but these aren't? So I'm trying to figure that out. So this one needs, I'm like so confused right now. Like why this looks like that, I have no idea. So it should be like this, right? So this one should be fine. And we have this coming across. Like that, I think is what it was looking at. Then it's not on all of them either though. That's like the weird thing. It's like on every other. That's why I can't figure that out. It's really weird. Again, just one of those things. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I was doing it, but I'm sure it's for a reason, but I'm just not sure what that reason is at the moment. Alright, so let's go back here and replace all these. Boop, boop. These are where the doors will go in the center of these two. Replace that. Make college buildings people need to learn in Minecraft. Oh, yes, they do. People really need to learn. This is actually one of those things where I've actually really been wanting to, another like thing I've thought about, but I'm not sure like how big of a college campus I want to make, and college campuses vary so much, so it's like one of those really weird things to where like I want to do it, and I will do it at some point. Oh, I probably did this wrong. Crap. Alright, well, this is going to take more time than it should at this point. I should have done these first, and now I don't have to keep going back up and round. It's not a huge deal, it's not going to take too long, but it's one of those small things that I've learned over time to like make things go faster that I completely forgot about today. So I'll just come back up. Again, not a big deal at all, just one of those things that I noticed myself. Stop spamming, please. I'm guessing some people are spamming their channels or something. If you guys cannot do that, that'd be great, but I understand that it's the internet and I cannot stop people from doing things. So, let's see. So that's good. Now, that looks a lot better now. Like, for some reason, it looks a lot more complete. So what we're going to do is add in our railings on each and every one of these. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that on every single one. Like, that really confuses me. Like, why we have it on these, but like not on the others. Huh. I really want to try to figure that out. Like, why would I do that? Because it's not symmetrical at that point. Everything is different. That's really weird. I mean, like, maybe the floor height was different at one point. So I'm not sure, like, what the purpose is of that. So the doors are going to be 3 tall. Also, I'm not sure if you guys have actually seen my actual apartment in this city. Across the river, I made a apartment complex, which is still not done, but I did make my own room in it. I can't remember how many parts ago that was. Maybe like 20 parts ago. It sounds really crazy, but it actually might be accurate. I'm gonna have a drink of water real quick, guys. Oh, I feel so much better after taking a sip of that. Oh, my throat's just like really dry. All right, there we go. And just get rid of all these. And then there we go. So now we need to do that one more time. Or do we want to... So many different questions here. So do we want to actually just keep one here? Or should we do two like what we did over there? I kind of feel like we should do two. It just kind of looked pointless having this come out like that for only one room like that. So let's do the same thing again. So let's take out our thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we should have a block of 2. Let's make sure. How does that work? So 2 then turns. Okay. So just like that. And then it will turn back. Actually, it will turn forward here. So actually, we need to come out 3. Now, how far out does it need to come is the real question. Pretty damn far. Holy crap. So that's a pretty... Ooh, maybe we could have like a pool or something like right here. Huh. That actually might work out. See, like there's always something good that can come out of everything. So now we have a new idea for what we can do with that extra space. There we go. We know what to do. Alright. In the future. Highway. Wait, how big is the city? The city is pretty big at this point. The original city has taken up an entire map, almost. I'll show you guys here in a second. But this side is kind of like brand new, so it's not too big yet. So the entire city looks like this, not including where we are now. That's how big the actual city itself is. I do like that they upgraded the mats finally, so you can actually see in color on them. It makes a lot of sense. But you can kind of see how everything is kind of, you know, conformed, and there's not very much grass or anything, which I'm a pretty big fan of. I mean, I'm a big fan of it, but at the same time, I'm not, because as you guys know, if you've been following the series, on this newer part of the city, there's going to be a lot more greenery and scenery, stuff like that, because of the fact that it will look better, in my opinion, to have all that stuff. So we're going to see a lot more like trees, bigger sidewalks, so I can add trees and stuff like that. Because like the small stuff like that can really make a difference on how your city actually looks and feels. Because I want it to be, if you're actually coming into the game, you can actually walk around the city and it feels kind of realistic to an extent. Now obviously it's not going to be as realistic as like Huntington from some of the series I've done there, but you guys kind of get the idea though. Will you be able to play any new games or have new video game segments? If you're wanting other games, my other channel will be for that, because we actually do live streaming a lot on. Right now, I spend a lot of live streaming on Rainbow Six Siege because we love playing that game, and a lot of the live streams turn into the videos for YouTube. That's how we're doing it as of right now. Wrestling, we do like tips and tricks, but if you were wanting other segments and stuff like that, that will be on my other channel. And I'm actually working on a new GTA 5 series as well. Started that a couple days ago. It's gonna be a lot of editing, so it's not gonna be like a weekly series, but it will be a lot of fun to make, I think. It's 4 a.m. where you live. Holy cow! It is only 8:52. Actually, probably that clock's off. It is 9:04. Excuse me. My clock's like 10 minutes off for some stupid reason. What is the best tip for people who are trying to start gaming channels? I mean, I think I've kind of figured this out. I mean, you can ask a lot of people and they're going to give you the same answer. That's going to be one, a lot of it's about timing. If you don't have the right timing, it can be very hard to grow. That's why my channel grew to, like how it did. But also just trying to make sure you're being you, right? I mean, do something that you enjoy, and that will come over and across in your videos. So just make sure like you're being yourself, and if you're not, it's really going to show. That's like another reason why I started up a second channel, is because this channel, it's great for building and, you know, getting my creative side out, but not for my actual personality side. A lot of people don't get to really see that. So my other channel is mainly meant for that and enjoying playing games with my friends and stuff like that. But that's pretty much like the main thing I would probably say, is just be yourself, and you know, even if people say your videos are stupid, you know, just don't listen to them. I mean, do what makes you happy. Like my other channel, for example, again, has only like 70 subscribers right now, which is fine. I do not have a single problem with that, because, you know, I'm enjoying making videos again on that channel, and it's just happy to be I'm happy to be making videos again. You know, when I'm not forced to make them, you know, it's just, there's something about it that makes it so much more enjoyable. So this needs to come back one now. So come all the way over here. So right here. So I think instead of having this like small little alcove here, why is that one different? So I guess it's not any different really. It's just a different style. I don't think we're going to add that on this one. I think we're going to keep the same design throughout the entire thing. So, I think we're actually set, ready to go. So, we need to get rid of one layer here. And we will need to figure out what to do with all this big open space here on this wall. I don't like how plain it looks, but I don't really want to add windows either, because, like, maybe, what if we put, like, a logo or something like that on the building? Like, you know when, like, you're driving down New York City or, you know, on Google Maps and you see, like, these buildings, like, with big advertisings on them? What if we did that for this? Like, on this big wall right here? I feel like that actually look pretty good if we did that. So we actually might do that. Aha, one idea set and ready to go. Alright, so many different ideas running through my head. It's crazy. So we need to have this here. Come up 5 on the 5th block, excuse me. And I can just kind of use my other ones for ideas. There we go. Keep coming up. Luckily, this is not a very tall building. It's only like, what, 6 floors? Something like that? Like, it's really weird, though. Like, some of these buildings, I say, all right, I don't want to make this building too big, but then it still turns out to be like 6 floors, and it's still like half as tall as some of the other buildings. It's like, what the hell happened? Like, I want it to be a small building and turn into like half of a skyscraper. Do you play on PS4? I do not. I originally got it, but I mainly use it like for Netflix and stuff like that. But no, I do not play on PS4. Hardly ever. I mean, I think I've only played my PS4 once or twice. But yeah, I don't play on it. It's usually only Xbox. But, you know, everybody has their own personal preferences. Let's see. That's kind of what I do. My hotel is 8 floors. Well, that's a nice hotel, you know? It's probably going to feel so much taller because it's 8 floors. You know, compared to, like, the tallest building over there is probably, like, 30 to 40 floors. But, like, when I stand here, this is, like, 6 floors, right? Like, 6, 7 floors, give or take a couple. But then you look at that one, it's like 40 floors, but then I still feel like I'm like halfway up. Like, it's so weird. It's one of those like weird things. And no, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm actually trying to answer questions, but I'm also trying to build at the same time. So it's very hard to look back because my computer monitor is over on my right, so I had to look away from my screen. It's not like right in front of me. So that's good. So, this is a really big wall there. So we need to continue what we're doing. So I'm going to add this here to keep coming up, and then we're going to do our pillars to make them go by a little bit faster and save it a couple minutes or two. But those kind of minutes and seconds can add up in the long run. There we go. All right, so let's come back down. I'm starting to get a headache a little bit. I haven't really eaten too much. I'm like out of everything in the apartment right now. My girlfriend hates it. I hate it because I have to go grocery shopping and spend like $300. Yeah, it sucks being a grown up. All right, there we go. There's that, right? So then we just need to add in these weird things again here. Let's add one here. I created my city on a normal world because there was no super flat world editing yet. Yeah, I remember that pain. I definitely remember that pain. Actually, that's kind of what this world is, to an extent. So, the reason this world is actually flat, so it is a flat world, but I wanted to make a city above like what a normal world has. So, my solution was using the Xbox 360 at the time. You could get files off of PC onto the console. So, that's exactly what I did for this map when I started. I was like, okay, I want a flat map. But I want to be able to put like subways and stuff like that on it. So I made a modded map pretty much. This is exactly how this whole thing started. So yeah, this is actually I know your pain. Now I have to clear mountains to build everything. Yep, I know the pain. Know the pain. Okay, so next we need to add in these to go around for the patios. I'm actually really liking how this is turning out so far. It's turning out very nice and like very clean too. Like that's like one of the main things I look for is I want a design that's really clean and like with its design. And I feel like this building here like really complements that. So I'm happy with it. So we will have this here coming around. Come around every now and then. There we go. I'm probably saying like there you go quite a bit, but that's just because I'm really focusing on this building too. again, there's some of these sides that you guys don't usually get to see of me when it comes to building Southlake and stuff. Because a lot of it's usually planned out ahead of time, believe it or not, even though sometimes I don't know what I want to do. There's a lot of times where it's still planned out to an extent, like what I don't want to work on, what I do want to work on, what would cause the most time. Like, that's another big thing. Like, I've seen so many comments on my channel about, you know, you suck at making houses, you change your mind too much. It's like, you know, I do, but I'd rather change my mind and give you guys something that I personally enjoy, or just kind of give you something that I think looks crap, but I'll leave it anyways, you know? Like, I don't want to give you guys any bad quality content, so I will change it how I feel fit. But some people don't like that. They're like, oh, you messed me up, bro. It's like, well, my bad. And there we go. So, this is actually looking pretty decent so far. We'll take a step back and look. So, basically, we're going to need to add pixel art there, which I'm not very good at pixel art, but I'll have to figure out something that we can do. Let's see. Also, a lot of you guys I've seen a couple comments so far, but some of you guys are wondering, what texture pack am I using? I'm using the City texture pack if you are on consoles. If you're on PC, there's so many other different, you know, texture packs you can have. So, just kind of be aware. So, that's going to be a problem. So, how do we want to do that? So, the problem was, if we come over here, we saw that this is too wide on the side, but then it comes back because we're not going forward. So I was wanting to keep this like 2 block gap here, which is fine. But if you look, that big wall is actually in the way. We said we don't want to keep it anyways, but do I really want to shorten it by a block? Does it really matter? Because I think it looks better here keeping it like that. But again, I'm just not sure. There's like so many like uncertainties. So, I think we're just going to start on the next side over here and kind of figure it out as we go. So, is this where we're actually going to start it? I just want to make sure, again, very important that you make sure if you're trying to make something symmetrical that you kind of keep it in mind. Yep, happy I checked, so it is too wide. So, better safe than sorry, but just want to make sure. It looked like it was too wide, but like I said, better safe than sorry, guys. Especially when you're spending this much time on a building. Exactly why I get bored of doing some buildings every now and then. Okay, so what we're going to do is just figure out this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? Oh my goodness. It's a 2 block gap. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 block gap again. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doing a nice little singing there for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there we go. So here's the problem. How do we want to do this? It's 1 block shorter. It's not a huge deal, but instead of being, I think, 6 blocks wide, it is now 5. I mean, it's not, again, not a huge deal, but how do we want to go about doing that? Do we want to make it a big, tall window going all the way up, maybe? Like what we have over here? Like, would that be a good idea? I'm kind of thinking, like, that's something that we could do. I don't think it would look bad if we did it. So probably what we're going to do is, so this is going to come all the way over like this, right? So we'll have this come all the way over to the other side. So just have it come all the way over. Alright, still working on it. Still coming over. And what we're going to do is, I kind of mentioned this, but we're going to have a pool, probably a pool or like a small little green area of the roof right up here that you can walk on. You know, since it is a apartment complex in a city, you need some accommodations for them. So we might do something like that. Again, not 100% sure. Just kind of going off of what I think might look good. So what we might do is actually just might do something like this. Might look best, you know, giving everything. So, boop, boop, boop. So that actually might work out perfectly with how everything worked out too. So there we go. So we'll just do that. I think that won't, you know, affect anything. So I don't see why we shouldn't do it. So, let's see. We'll come down with this. Bop, 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 bop. Alright, somebody is shooting arrows, which if you keep shooting arrows, I will probably kick you because it gets annoying. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but again, I don't like people, because one, if you actually shoot enough arrows, it can lag out a game, which can be very bad. Just because consoles can't handle as much as everything else. Yo, Safety Boost, how are you? I am good, man. It's been a very long week, but I'm getting through it, and happy it's the weekend. I'm happy to start recording other games this weekend, like 7 Days to Die. Hopefully you're doing well. Safety Boost, I love your channel. Well, thank you very much for watching. I love all of you guys as well. You know, some of you guys hate me. I still love you. You know? So let's come up. How come this looks like one block off? Because it actually is. Because the other one is. Okay, I got really worried there for a second. So inside the building would be cool. There are floors with balconies to look down at the first floor. I've actually done that. I know what you're talking about. Because of the fact that I've actually done that on other buildings. For example, it's actually, I was going the wrong way. The tallest building, I actually did one floor to an extent. I kind of laid out like how I think it would go. So I actually know exactly what you're talking about. I'll come show you real quick. So if you look, here's what the building's gonna look like. So you have the elevator shaft directly in the middle of the building. And then when you walk out of the elevator shaft, you can see the big opening around. These will be offices and stuff like that. But you have the receptionist area. And then you're gonna be able to see all the way up and all the way down as well. So I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's one of those things where it can work on some buildings, but not on others. On this building, it wouldn't look good, I don't think. Like on the big skyscraper, it would look really good when it's all said and done. Okay, back to it, and whoop, and come back around. So I'm really trying to debate: do I want to add a pool, or do I want to add, you know, whatever, like a small like meeting area, like a garden, pretty much, where people can go out and just kind of relax, you know, see the river. I'm not sure what would be best, you know, because the pool, the problem with the pool, if we do that, is it's going to have to be multiple blocks deep, which means it would go into the actual building itself, which means we'd have to account for that. So I'm not sure which one would be best for it. So I'm not 100% sure. Again, just one of those things that I will have to figure out as time goes. It's not a huge thing to worry about right now. It's not like it's affecting the entire building. So I don't really need to focus on it, but I like to think a couple steps ahead. That way you know, I don't trip. Let's see. What I've learned in console, keep autosave interval at 15 minutes to prevent game crashing. I actually just leave my autosave off. The reason for that is, you know, I learned this the hard way, but it's not the fact that the game crashing or anything like that. I don't keep autosave on because I will spend, this happened several times too, you can ask some of my friends. I'll spend 30 minutes to an hour sometimes, if not longer than that, working on a specific building, and then I don't like how it looks in the end. I will completely get rid of it. I don't want autosave to save it if I don't like it. So if I don't like a building that I made, I will literally basically just act like I didn't build it. I'll just exit the game and won't save. And the reason I do that is I don't want to have, you know, this building on my world if I don't like them. So I never keep autosave on. I just always save manually. It's just easier that way in my opinion. But, alright, so we need to have it here, just like this. Coming all the way across. Oh my goodness, I'm starting to get a headache. I don't know why either. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come all the way across again. This won't have to be too wide. Not a huge deal, but I might know a faster way to do that when we get around to it. Make a college. Somebody else mentioned that earlier in the stream, but yes, there will be a college at some point. I want to make like a big college campus. Now, being that I want it to be a big college campus, I mean, most things I want on the city, I want to be kind of big in scale and like the thought process of them. I want them to always be bigger and better than something I've done before. So it's going to be one of those things where it will take some time, and if I do want it to be a big college, it's going to have its own stadiums, it's going to have its own buildings, dorm rooms, parking lots. So it's going to have to be massive. So there really has to be a lot of room for it, which as of right now we do not have. There's not much room left really. Actually built that one too many tall. So luckily we caught that now. Again, that's why you just double check yourself. Just in case you do something stupid like me. I've done that so many times, I can't even count. Alright, let's get rid of those. You have 26 people watching you. You suck. Aw, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't really care. You know, 26 people, it's better than you, bud. Oh! Alright, going back to it. Hi, Jax. Jax is laying in his chair. If you don't know who Jax is my cat. He is an ass. He's very needy sometimes. Alright. So, That's how many floors is it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 floors. So it's actually pretty accurate with what I said earlier. All right. So now what we need to do is make this too wide, which is not a very big deal. So, so come all the way over, then we come all the way back up. This is the monotonous part of building buildings, is when you have so many windows, it gets annoying. But it's better than being a square, pretty much, I guess. Even though, technically everything is a square, because it's built with a block. You guys get the idea. So I'll probably be streaming for another hour or two. Probably like another hour. It's already almost 10 o'clock, and I've had a very long day. But like I said, I did promise you guys a live stream, and I wanted to do this for you guys. I can't believe we're actually on episode 100, you know? There's not too many series that people do that get to 100 episodes. I mean, I know a lot of YouTubers have series like that, but I think this is like the only series I've had that has gone to 100. So it's a very special thing for me. So I really want to thank all you guys for watching, as long as you guys have been. Like some of you guys have said, you know, I don't get many views, but to me that's not really the most important thing. The most important thing to me is making content that actually helps people and makes people want to come back every week. So if that means making a video that only gets 500 views, that's fine. You know, I've hopefully made 500 people's days. You know, that's the whole point of being a YouTuber. If you only think about views, that's when you're not going to be successful. Because yes, at some point you're always going to look at your views and go like, oh man, that kind of sucks, they went down. But if you get past that point, you're going to be so much happier. That's why I like when people say, you know, your channel gets like no views. You know, I still get like over 600,000 views a month, but you know, a lot of you guys don't get to see that. But one, that's not as good as it used to be. But again, it doesn't matter. You know, it's not all about views. It's all about, can you get people to come back to your videos? Can you make videos that people want to watch? And for me, those are tutorials. That's what people want. That's what they want. Southlake, what you guys are watching now. It's really just about, you know, whether I make a video that gets 1 million views versus whether if I make a same video like just like it that gets 500 views. I'm still happier either way, because as long as it's a good piece of content that somebody enjoys, I'm fine with it. Pretty much is how it works. I wish you had 1 million subs. I wish I had 1 million subs too. You know, Subway sandwiches sound really good right now. Oh, a meatball sandwich. Oh, would sound amazing. Like $5 footlongs my ass though. It's like $5.45. Like, yeah, $5 footlongs. It's $5.45 for you. What? You said it was $5 footlong while we have tax. Well, not account for the damn tax, you whore. Pretty much is like how I think of it. You know, you're gonna tell me it's $5. You better give me $5 for a footlong. You know, I'm talking about a sandwich, not anything else. I'm a big fan. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been following you since I was 1? Since I was I? Well, I hope you weren't watching since you were 1. If you were really good with technology. Whew! Man, that's impressive. Alright, so this one's almost done. Boop! There we go. So we take a step back, see how it looks with everything that we have. It looks kind of plain now. It doesn't look horrible, but once we have the balconies, it will look so much better. Man, it's actually a really big building. Holy crap, look how wide it is. Maybe it just looks wider than it is, but it's not like a huge building, it just looks bigger. It looks like perfectly square. Huh. It's like really cool. Like look how much of a perfect square like just this left section looks like. It looks like almost perfect. Planned it. Coming back down. Okay. Now the balconies. I'm starting to lose my voice, I feel like. Also, I think my girlfriend got me sick. That woman got me sick, I think. Because I like, you ever like wake up and you feel like your throat just like feels like very itchy? And like not in a good way, like not like, oh, I just need to do a cough, like in a sick way? That's exactly how I felt this morning. So I'm going to blame her because she was sick. So I'm definitely blaming her for this. But, you know, I'm forced to be with her anyways. Alright. Oh, got rid of that one. Oh, there's only 2 more floors. It's actually not too bad. I thought we had like 5 more floors to go or something. There we go. Again, the thing's only like 7 floors tall. But it feels so much bigger. Like hurting my eyes right now. There we go. Now we need to add in our stairs going around everything, or do we want to add in? So if we do this now, so it starts not on. It starts on this one. So just like this, boop boop, and just do this on all of the every other one, and we'll be set, ready to go. It's not that one, this one. And we'll add in our cobblestone walls here in between to connect everything, make it look a little more complete when it's all said and done. Skip one, come up two. Boop, 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 boop. Ah, crap. Bop, 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 bop. And there we go. Now we need to add in our cobblestone walls, which, can I actually do this without placing them in a random spot? We don't need them there. Did it work? Did it work? Do I need it on all of them? I think I did, right? Yeah. So I think it actually did work out just fine. Perfect. Oh, crap. There's one right here. So that's probably going to be on all of them. Didn't think about that. Alright. So let's get rid of that one. Oh, I'm surprised there wasn't more of those, actually. There we go. So we come back down. Bop, 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 bop. So what we can do, actually just focus on those later. But we can just keep coming back up now and doing this. So monotonous and so fun to do over and over and over again. That's like the only bad part about building cities is there's so much tedious work that has to be done. Like, you can't skip it either. Do you have a P.O. box? I mean, I have a apartment box, but I don't give that out. I mean, I get that. I've always wanted to receive fan mail, but I don't want to give my address out. But I do not have a actual P.O. box that people can send stuff to, unfortunately. If they did, I would definitely give it to you guys, but I don't want to give out my actual address for some obvious reasons. Not because I don't think anybody's going to come to my house or anything, but I just don't feel comfortable giving out my address on the internet. It's not the smartest thing in the world to do. If you know the internet, that is. Alright. Let's get rid of these. Alright, there we go. There's that. So one last one to do, and then we're set and ready to go. It's cringy when he sings. I know, I have such a bad voice when it comes to singing, isn't it? But I can't help it. You know, it's just one of those things where if I'm building, I'll be like, you know, I just can't help it. You know, it's one of those things, like, I'm really stupid and I'll keep doing it. Even though people don't like it. I just can't control it. So let's get rid of these again. And one more set of that. Take a step back, see how it looks. Oh yeah, it's already looking so much better just adding that extra detail in. Let's save it real quick. Why is City Boost? Why is that your channel name? The reason it's my channel name is because of the fact that it's something my friend said to me a long time ago. And it just kind of stuck with me. You know, it's something that he said and randomly, and it kind of just like, hey, inside joke kind of thing. So City Boost will be my new channel name. So change it for the better, I think. You know, I think a lot of people are still confused about why I changed it, but in the long run, I think it's better for me. Alright, so only 6 more floors to go, and then we're almost done with this entire building. Like, it's been a long time coming, too. Like, I think once we finish this building, then we're probably going to call it quits. We might do like a small little flyby of everything, so you guys can see the entire city and kind of go through like a small little tour. But I think overall, you guys have seen most of it. A lot of it is kind of the same. You know, usually like I do a tour every 10 parts. And every 10 parts, it's usually kind of the same thing. I mean, I kind of focus on a certain area every 10 parts, you know? And change this. I actually save changes. I just not thought about that. Yep, I think it auto saves. So, what is the texture pack you use? City texture pack on the consoles. And if you're on PC, probably use like Flows HD or something like that. Those are better texture packs in my opinion. They just look better. Look more clean and like modern to an extent. Just keep changing these out. How many more floors do we have to go? 3 more. Almost done. Then we have to come in and then we have to add in the guardrail or the handrail, whatever you want to technically call it, the iron bars. We have to add in those again. So there's a lot of small things that we still need to add, but I think 90% of like the big stuff is kind of done. So that's kind of like the good news. The bad news is we have a lot of the small stuff, which is very easy to miss stuff. But it's, you know, I'm really happy to finally get this building done. It's one of my favorite buildings in the city. I know I say that quite a bit, but this one truly is. So I'm happy to finally get it up and going. Change this. I'm also not sure like what kind of roof I want to go with. I'm not sure if I want a flat roof versus like a angled roof for design purposes. You know, it wouldn't have any like technical purpose, but it'd just be more for design. So it's one of those things where, you know, like I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. I'll have to think about it. You should do a collaboration with Dan Lags. I mean, a lot of people actually kind of going back to this. A lot of people always ask me, do you and Dan Lags talk? Do you know Dan Lags? And yes, we do know each other. We have talked, I think, once or twice. There's nothing wrong between us. Like, we don't hate each other, you know. As far as I know, I don't hate him. I'm not sure if he hates me. I can't answer for him. But I know that he actually used one of my houses in one of his videos. He built one, like, when Minecraft just came out for Xbox 360. He actually went off on one of my designs, which is actually kind of cool. Like, I don't have any problem with it. It's not like, oh my god, he took my design that I put on YouTube. Like, it's that's what it's for. It's for people to use, right? So it doesn't bother me at all. But I really don't see like a collaboration or anything. We don't really talk too much, if ever. I don't think I've actually talked to him in probably over 3 years at this point. So I don't think there's really any point to doing it at this point. But, you know, I think his channel has passed mine in like subscribers. There for a while, I was like really surpassing him. But he kept growing, so like great for him as well, you know. Oh, we forgot to add a thing here. Boop, boop. There we go. That looks better. Alright. So, I think it actually looks pretty good. So next, we need to add in our small little windows right here. So some of you guys are probably wondering, I've seen some comments talking about, can you give me a shout out? It's not against YouTube policy or anything like that. Problem is, if I do it for you, I have to do it for everybody, and I'm not really big and keen on shout-outs in the first place, so that's why I'm not usually doing those. I mean, if I do it, it's going to be more of just answering your question, not in like a, hey, subscribe to my channel, what kind of shout-out, or shout-out to this guy for making awesome videos. I don't really do that. This is one of those things that I don't really do, so just kind of letting you guys know. Please say Miner, dude. Miner. Yep. Miner 49er. What's that from? That's familiar. It sounds familiar. Like I said it, I was not sure like where I got the idea from. So we'll add these in. Oop, is that off? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that off? Or is that just going crazy? No, I think it's right. Woo! I thought I like really messed up there for a second. Oh my god. That would have freaked me out because I've been working so long on this building. I would have to like redo all of that. So I'm happy I didn't mess up. As far as I know, I did not mess up yet. I can't see my materials. There we go. I can't see my materials again. I got along with wood because he keeps sending you messages. I get that some people just want to talk to me and stuff. So, it's not a huge deal, but... Oh, crap, I didn't even finish the handrail. I thought I finished those. I was like, wait, did I do that? And then I just realized I didn't finish them. So I have to do that real quick here in a second. Uh-oh. Is that wrong? Oh, wait, no, these are one hot... Oh, God. Uh-oh. I'm really worried something's off. Like something looks off here. So the only way to test this, I really hope it's not off. It looks like it is. It might be like one block too high. It is. Son of a bitch. I think I know where it is too. I think I know where it is. Oh my god. It's gonna be like right here. This should be 3 tall, not 4. How much you want to bet? If I bring this over, that's where it's gonna start, which is gonna mean everything is off. Oh no. See? Yep. Knew it. Knew it. We are off by 1 block. God damn it. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. I'm not messing with it at this point. You know, it's gonna look like I'll find a way around it, but oh crap. That really sucks. You see what I mean? Like the small details can like really screw you over. Oh my god. The only reason why I'm not redoing it is because that'd be an hour's worth, if not longer than that, of getting rid of everything and then redoing it. So I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. It's not a huge deal. You know, I mean it is a huge deal, but it's not at the same time. We're just gonna line all these up with each other for now. Oh god. Ugh. God damn it. So frustrating. Spent this long to be off by 1 block. I was even wondering about that earlier. I was like, didn't we say this should be 3 blocks tall, not 4? God damn it. Jesus Christ. Well, not the end of the world, I guess. Okay, so we need to add things in here now. Again, small details right now. Boop, boop, boop. And bop, bop, bop. And just keep coming up 4 blocks each. Just kind of going off of what we already have. I knew I should have checked it too. I usually check floors. Like, I thought we checked it at one point though. And it was right. Like, where did we mess up? That's really weird. Okay. So that's good. So then what we need to do is this needs... How did I actually do this originally? Oh, I think I know. So this comes out 1 block like that. Okay. I see. This comes out diagonal 1 block from that. And then we come down all the way from this. He messed up? Yes, I did. I messed up pretty hard. Like, really bad. Yes, I did. Not a huge deal. I'm not really going to be doing interior for a while, so... Some people will notice it if you watch the stream, but if you do not watch if they didn't watch the stream, they're not going to know. We can keep it our little secret, our live stream secret. See, I did it all for you guys, even though it's like the crappiest thing to do. Okay, there we go. So I think that's good now. Alright, I'm going to move my thing here. My phone's on my desk and probably vibrating, sorry if you guys can hear it. So, hold on, guys. Boop, 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 boop. Ah, where's my thing? Nope, all settings. Give me just a second, guys. Can I help you sometime? Not a Minecraft noob. I get this question quite a bit. I do not let people build on Southlake, not because I don't, think you're a great builder or anything. It's more the fact that I enjoy making it by myself. There's like that accomplishment of I've done this all by myself kind of thing. So that's why you're actually not going to see anybody building. You're going to see people on the city, but they're only there spectating and watching, going over, looking at things that they want to look at. But also, I don't want to have to babysit people, and I've been working on this city for too long to not keep an eye on somebody if they were building. So that's why you're going to see, different stuff like that. So now we need to finish off this area here. So I think what we're going to do is... Boop. There we go. Let's see. I love the cobblestone exterior design. Yeah, I think it actually looks pretty nice. It looks very... with this texture pack, really, it looks nice. I'm not sure how it would look with vanilla. It was actually really weird. I actually went... I can't remember how long ago it was. It wasn't too long ago, though. I was actually going through every single texture pack that the Xbox has through the city and, seeing how it looked. And it was amazing to, seeing how things looked. And we actually might do that, maybe, for the live stream. But it was really weird seeing, what everything looked like in different texture packs besides city. Because that's, the only thing I build on here is the city texture pack. When natural texture pack came out, it was that. And I still love how the roads look on that because they look like concrete, really. But they didn't really offer as many good designs with the blocks as city does. And we are making a city, so why not use the city texture pack, So that's why we're using that. But yeah, I agree. I think the cobblestone looks really nice, and I think we will probably exit and then go through all the texture packs maybe, if you guys want to do that. I think that would be kind of cool. I don't think anybody has really seen the city in a different texture pack. I think it's only ever been on this one, so I think that actually might be a good idea for you guys. There we go. So let's just keep adding this ring around. So if you're wondering why we're adding a ring around this, it's so, theoretically, if people wanted to walk around the pool or the green area, they could without having to walk through the grass and whatnot. So just kind of thinking of how that would actually work kind of style. So we will finish this up real quick. So I think we're going to add grass in here. I think grass with with some trees might look really good here. We will need to have a guardrail and stuff like that. So what do I do on the other side for that? I know I used anvils, I think. So, yep, we need... wrong one to get rid of. So we want this. We want to get our brick stairs and some anvils, which is some of my favorite things to use for everything, as you guys probably know at this point. There they are. Do you watch Dan Lags? I do not. I don't really watch anybody else's Minecraft videos besides Achievement Hunter. This is one of those things where I've always liked their content. This is always kind of stuck with them. So I think it went up 1 like this, and then it was stair, right? Just like this. Boop. And we'll have this one here in the middle. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we want to have people walking on this is another question. If we do, we don't need to keep the handle going all the way over there. We could technically turn it here if we wanted to. What do you guys think? Should we keep it going, or should we like stop it and turn it here? There's not really any point to keep it going, in my opinion. So we might just stop it, like right here. So we'll stop it right here and then connect it. So just like this, boop boop, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. There we go. Now we need to add in these here. Then we're gonna add in our grass, and then we're gonna go to different texture packs. I'll show you guys those, and then the live stream will probably be over at that point because it's already almost 10 o'clock. But I've actually had a lot of fun live streaming. I want to do it more. I always forget like how fun it is until I start doing it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. How do we want to do that? Maybe just do this for this one. There we go. My swiftness ran out, so that's why I'm moving so slow. I'm sorry if the noise of the anvils is like really loud. Hopefully when I talk it kind of dims the sound a little bit. It's supposed to with my Elgato, but hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. So we're almost done with this. Let's add more blocks here. And we're going to take a step back here in a minute and look at everything. So let's add in our grass, which I don't know why I took out 64. Didn't really need to. I usually never do that anymore. So that's kind of weird that I did. We're going to fill this all in with grass. No, don't end the live stream. Unfortunately, I have to. I wish I could keep playing for eternity, but I cannot. Let's see. How wide are your streets, and what do you use? I use wool and stone slabs, and it's 5 blocks wide. So my streets, they kind of vary, you know, like actual roads in real life. But most of them, I would probably say, I think they're 11 blocks wide both ways, right? So I'll take black wool. So what I do for my roads, let's kind of start from the beginning, is for the roads, I will use black wool. But then when I get to highways, I will use gray wool. And then when I get to parking lots, I will also use gray wool. Now, the reason why I do that is to kind of make it to where all of the parking lots and all of the roads, they don't mesh together. They look like they're different and separated from each other. That's why I use different materials for those. The highway, I just like looking at the gray wool. I think it looks nicer. It kind of represents a highway more, in my opinion. So usually my roads are 11 blocks wide. The highways are usually kind of double that, so like 22 blocks wide. It really just depends on the size of the road, which I can go show you here in a second. So like this one, obviously you can see is pretty wide. I mean, it's made to be a 3 wide on just one side, along with these here. On this side of the downtown, I'm trying to make roads more realistic. But when you look at these are the ones that are 11 blocks wide. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 blocks of space. Because usually most cars, and if you make cars on the roads, they are 3 blocks wide. So this gives you a block on each side of the car after you place it. Then we 5 on the other side, or 1 piece in the middle, 1 block gap, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. That way you have your medium barrier in between, like your lines and stuff like that. So let's take a step back, guys, and see how this looks. I haven't taken a step back to see in a while. So actually, I think it looks really good. Now, it's not fully finished on the bottom portion, but I think it's fine for what we have. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. So I think what we're going to do now is save and quit. And what we're going to do is look at the city in different textures now, so you guys can actually see what it looks like. If you ever have time, can you make a building in my world? So I also get this question quite a bit as well. I usually don't build anything in other people's worlds because I get it so much. Like, can you help me build something? Can you help me build one of the houses that you made? It's not, again, I don't try to be mean about any of these things. I always try to say that, but to some people it may come across as being a dick or anything. So first we'll go into vanilla so you guys can see what that looks like. But the reason I don't build on other people's worlds is because if I do it for you, I have to do it for the next person, then the next person, and then I don't have any time to make, southlake and stuff like that. Oh my god, it is ugly. It is so ugly. Already, I hate it. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. I like how, dark the roads are, but I hate the texture of them. Like, oh, look at that. Look how horrible it looks. I mean, it's not, the worst thing in the world, but I hate how brick looks. Bricks looks horrible, in my opinion. Oh, God. This is just horrible. Oh, my God. I mean, it's not, the worst thing in the world, but still. I'm not a big fan of how it looks. Let's see. Let's fly over into some of the main downtown so you can see everything else. Where all the other buildings are. And like I said, it doesn't look horrible, but it's not what I would build in for sure. So many people ask me why you don't build in vanilla. It's this is why. It doesn't look as appealing to me. To some of you guys, it might look more appealing and stuff like that, but to me, it doesn't. I like how glass looks in the city, in the vanilla, but other than that, I don't like really how anything else looks. Man. What was this? I used brown wool for that? No way. There's no way I used brown wool. I think that's just clay. Is it? I thought No way. Gray stained clay? What? How is that gray? That's brown. How is that gray stained clay? How does that make any sense? You guys saw that, right? So, look. Gray stained clay. It's brown. It's brown. How does that make any damn sense? Mojang? Is somebody colorblind at your office who's making these? Probably not the best idea if he's naming them. Gah. Jesus Christ. Alright. Exit game without saving. Where do you get your inspiration? I get a lot of my inspiration from other Minecraft cities, but also a lot from real life as well. Another great thing to use is Google Maps is another big one that I use quite a bit. So we're going to go into the candy texture pack. This will probably look even worse. So we're going through every texture pack right now. You guys can see how everything looks. Alright. It's going to look so bad. It's not... Oh, God. It looks yummy, though. Wait. Oh, this is grass. So grass is like cake. What is this supposed to be soul sand or? That's weird. Oh, man, makes you hungry though, doesn't it? It just looks like candy. It makes sense for the name. The trees look delicious. The trees actually look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. The buildings themselves not so good. They look kind of horrible. Let's see. Yeah, windows look horrible. Don't like those. Not a big fan of all of these. Pink is more white. I agree. It does look kind of more white to an extent. I think that's because there is some white on it. That's probably why. Yes, I know what a black and diamond is. For some reason, I'm getting all these tooltips again, which I don't want. I know I can turn them off, but I'm just too lazy to. Alright, next one. Alright. Do I have any more water? I do. Alright. So the next one we have will be... What's this one? Cartoon texture pack. Oop, I didn't select it. Let's load this one up. Clay coloring doesn't make sense. No, I mean, it makes sense, so you can have different colors in buildings and stuff. But when gray looks like brown, it looks weird. Alright, one, I really like how this texture looks. That texture looks amazing. The clay there looks fantastic, phenomenal. Cobblestone, not horrible, not the worst thing I've seen. Anvils look blue for some reason. They look very blue. It doesn't look horrible, I guess, but it's not my favorite, I guess. The roads look horrible. They just look too, stitchy. I like how the bridge looks. That looks kind of cool. The walkway itself. The trees don't look bad. Brick. How does brick looks horrible? Looks just like the vanilla. I hate the look of the vanilla. Now the pillars themselves though look pretty badass if you ask me. I like that. Alright. Flowers look pretty good. They stand out quite a bit. Excuse me guys. Yeah. Very colorful, I said I want to make things more colorful. I didn't mean it this way, but you guys get the idea. Next.
So what's the next one that we have? So the next one would have been City. You guys obviously have seen it in City. That's what we went on the entire time. We have Fantasy texture pack. If I remember correctly, this one looks so bad. Or it could be it looks fantastic. You never know. Oh, is my mic really loud? My bad, guys. I'll back up a little bit. I skewed it in a little bit because I wasn't sure how well I was reading. So, the roads don't look horrible. I mean, they look it's not it's not the worst thing I've seen. I like how bright the yellow is. I like that quite a bit. I don't like how green wool looks. It looks too green. Let's see. Grass, I don't mind it. It's kind of dull, but, it's not horrible. Let's see. I like the look of stone. That I wish would be in the City texture pack. I wish you could, mix and match. That'd be awesome. Fences look horrible. Clay doesn't look great. So, that'd be, one I would trade out. Cobblestone doesn't look great either. Other than that, I'll probably give it a 4 out of 10 if I had to give a rating. Let's see. Let's exit out of this one now. What else do we have next? I think the only one that would the only other texture pack I would use would be Natural, which I'm not sure when that one comes up. So we have Festive texture pack. So everything's going to look very, very festive, like presents pretty much. So get ready. And we have Festive. So all of these look like flower. Actually, I like the design of that. It's actually kind of cool. So it looks like you're hanging stuff and being festive and everything, obviously. Very white because it's supposed to be like a snow color. Water looks very frozen. I like it. I like how glass looks from a distance, but not when you get up close. Brick looks The pillars, I like the color, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I would ever use those if it was that color. Grass looks horrible because it looks too much like presents. Yeah. Definitely not made for city building. Especially when you look at the roads. The roads look very bumpy. It looks like those things that you drive over, when you're swerving out of your lane, they go da 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 da. That's kind of like what these look like. That'd be a very bumpy ride. Let's see. So, let's see. We're just kind of going through all of these in order. So we have Greek mythology is our next one up in order. Then we have Halloween, Halo, Mass Effect, Natural, Pattern, Plastic, Elder Scrolls, Steampunk. Okay, I'm not sure if we're going to get through all of them. Holy crap. I didn't think we had that many on Xbox, actually. I thought we had a lot less than that. So Greek mythology, and it's going to look... I remember this one looks horrible. It's not made for a modern city for obvious reasons. It's Greek. So, we're going to kind of go through these a little bit faster. I like how brick looks. I like the color of it. It looks very nice. I like the look of fence gates. Looks or not fence gates, but iron bars. And it looks really nice as well. Sandstone looks amazing, if you ask me. I would really use that in the city texture pack if they had it. Sun looks pretty decent. Overall from a distance it doesn't look bad. But when you get up close, that's when you start to notice things looking horrible. So the next we'll go to will be Mass Effect will be the next one we go to. So Mass Effect, if I remember this one correctly, it's not the greatest either. I actually haven't bought this one. It's only a trial that I have. Let's see. How's it gonna look? Oh, very alienish. Look at it. Just look at everything. Oh god, the roads look so modern, like cars would be floating. Oh, that looks like this is a lot of redstone. Actually, it does look futuristic though. I'll give it that. I can imagine that's what roads would look like with self-driving cars, so they can follow the lines. All right, you're in this line now. So I don't think it looks horrible until you get it close again. Then you kind of notice. I like the texture and how smooth it looks on the fences going all the way up. I like that. I like the look of the grass. The grass is very nice looking. Next. So next we're going to go to Natural and then Plastic is the only other good one.
in my opinion. So, I don't know why I went there. Let's go to natural, which is the only other one I would use out of all the bunch. So, this is the only other good one in my opinion, like for city building. The roads look fantastic. Only problem is some of the materials don't look great. But look at the roads. The roads look so good. They actually look like concrete, which is why I love it. Some of the materials don't look great. I mean, for example, stone, for some reason, looks like cobblestone. The stone bricks, I think, or stone slabs, look pretty decent. I like the look of, I think this is andesite, looks very nice. Sandstone doesn't look horrible. From a distance, it looks horrible. When you get up close, it looks good. Kind of the opposite from all the other ones. I think the brick is still a little bit too red for me. I like the darker look of brick. I like the look of clay, very smooth. Again, cobblestone, not a huge fan of it. What was this one? Yeah, stone. I don't know why it looks like cobblestone. That looks really weird to me. Overall, I mean, like I said, this would be the only other texture pack I would use if I was, if I didn't have the city texture pack. This would be the only one I would use. Just because the roads look so good. They look like concrete. Why couldn't they make wool like this for the city texture pack? Again, why can't you mix and match? Oh yeah, we can go look at the stadium. The baseball stadium, that is. It doesn't look too bad. Yeah, actually, it looks kind of nice, actually. And then we have the dugouts, where we used to do our subscriber of the week, which unfortunately YouTube got rid of, so I can't do subscriber of the week anymore. I can't really look through all my subscribers and see who's been watching the most. Yeah, but there's a lot of the names from all the people who have been in here. So thank you to all you guys. Even if you did not make it into everything, it's still greatly appreciated. So next will be plastic, and then unfortunately, guys, the live stream will end. So we're gonna go to more option, or not more options, texture pack. Go all the way over to plastic. So this is actually a decent one. It's not the worst thing in the world. It would be the third option I would go with if I had to use other ones. Overall, I think this one's not horrible, but it's not great either. It's made to look fake. So, the roads don't look great. They, again, look very plasticky because it's the plastic texture pack. Let's see. I like the look of grass, though. I mean, I think grass looks pretty good. Like, this is actual grass. Look how smooth it looks. I love how that looks. I like how sandstone looks. It's very smooth, along with the brick. I actually like how this brick looks. It's not too bright, which is why I like it. Let's see. What else? Black wool doesn't look bad. Snow looks pretty good. Very smooth. Actual stone looks amazing, I think. It looks great for buildings. Cobblestone doesn't look great. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look great. I like the look of glass. I like the one tiny piece of, white in it. I think it looks really nice. Yellow, I think looks amazing. Yellow clay, I think is what this is. Looks fantastic. I mean, just look at it. It's so smooth going through everything. Quartz doesn't look... These are actually quartz pillar blocks. They don't look like it, but they are. And stone slabs look very, very bright. And I actually don't mind how that looks. I think it looks pretty decent, actually. Yeah, but guys, that's actually it for this live stream. We've been going for 1 hour and 36 minutes. My voice is already killing me. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you very much for watching the live stream, guys. So I think we should be back next week with another episode of Building Southlake. I don't see why we wouldn't be, unless, I get really busy at work again. I'll try to get it recorded ahead of schedule, though. The house series should be starting up as well. I can actually show you some of the houses if you have not seen them yet. We are through 4 houses in Season 3. So the houses that we just finished up are this one. This is house number 3. I think it looks very, very nice. Very townhousey feel, which is what it's called. It's called a townhouse. I love how that looks. You're actually going to see this design in Southlake as well. So if you want a design that I'm actually going to use in Southlake, there's a step-by-step tutorial on how to build that. It is very It can be complicated at times because there's a lot of turns and details put into it, but I think it's a very great looking house. These are from Season 2. This is from Season 3. This is house number 2, if I remember correctly. I really like how this looks. It's very, traditional, which is more my style nowadays. I like it quite a bit. And this is house number 1, nice and small. It gets you right in back into it from the beginning, not going too big, but also not going too small along with it. And house number 5 is not on here because it was just too small. It was a 10 by 10 house, which is almost the same design as the one over there, which for a 10 by 10 house was very spacious for a 2-story. And these over here were just houses that I made for fun, just mansions. So this one is one of my least favorite mansions that I've ever built. Mainly the front. I like the back, but the front doesn't look great. Once you get over to here, it doesn't look horrible. I like the driveway quite a bit, but when you get around to the back, it's when I really start to like it. I like how big it looks from the back. It really feels like a mansion when you come back here. From the front, it doesn't really feel like a mansion all too much. And then I kind of went with more of a more traditional mansion. And I actually really like how this one looks. All the materials together look fantastic in my opinion. And then very nice backyard. I mean, for what I can do, I think it's a pretty nice backyard. We have, nice little deck back here, deck up there. It's a very well, placed house. This one was kind of a tutorial, as a test. If you go watch the video on this, I kind of just put blocks everywhere, like different colored blocks every other one. So you could count how many blocks I was placing without actually having to count them, if that makes any sense. So that's pretty much it for the houses for Season 3. Again, Season 3 of houses will continue next week on house number 5. And there'll probably be 8 or 9 houses in the series. So bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. And bye-bye.